deep down it's all just sand. Game Pass is trash, it's a booty rag. We don't buy our games with no place to hide. You're capping hard with your backward ways, but the truth's in the games we all praise. Throwing shade like you're on a stage. Xbox gear, throw it in a cage. Oh, the Xbox plays, it's a lazy disguise. Talking that noise, but you can't deny. Gaming with subs under the bright sky. Let the Game Pass lift y'all high. Whisper your lies with a twisted grin. Thunder roars when the games begin. Dust off that pride, let the truth break in. Xbox nights where create our spin. Oh, the Xbox plays, it's a lazy disguise. Talking that noise, but you can't deny. Gaming with subs under the bright sky. Let the Game Pass lift y'all high. Oh, the Xbox plays, it's a lazy disguise. Talking that noise, but you can't deny. Gaming with subs under the bright sky. Let the Game Pass lift y'all high. Disguise, talking that noise, but you can't deny. Gaming with subs under the bright sky. Let the Game Pass lift y'all high. Caught in the storm of your own empty shell. The real gamers know what it's all about. Step down from that high horse and just play out in the field of pixels where the magic sprouts.
It's over. Put the candles in the air, everybody. One more show. One showcase, Phil. You need to show the games. Candles in the sky.
We need $80 billion. Gotta make a splash. To be relevant, we'll go all out. No holding back. Led by Phyllis and Booty, we'll bring the games everywhere. No more sucking, it's time to show we care. Start by bringing Peniment. Sea of Thieves, Hi-Fi, rushing round at games. Over to PlayStation and Switch. And we will say that exclusives don't matter anymore. And then when we get Starfield ready for the pitch. Big Booty Bobby and the Lou walked out with the bag. And now we're left with all these IPs. What the hell are we supposed to do? $80 billion, gotta make a splash. To be relevant, we'll go all out. No holding back. Led by Phyllis and Booty, we'll bring the games everywhere. No more something, it's time to show you care.
Thank you again, Grinders. Good night, Seth. Oh, yeah. It's Janky time. Hit that like button. Gaming Grindhouse music coming your way.
Enemies won't scale, but that's okay. Little bit of jank makes my day. Can't be perfect no matter what they say. Fun and creative, let's ride that wave. Games got quips, love them or leave. In imperfection we achieve. Magic world where dreams believe. In janky harmony we weave. Gotta accept the flaws to feel alive. Through the bugs and glitches we thrive. In this world we craft and drive. Janky but fun where dreams arrive. Broken sword and crooked path. Still we conquer, still we laugh. Adventure knows no aftermath. Perfect's a cage we'll never grasp. Misshaped yet beautiful, unique. In the cracks we'll find mystique. Janky universe, so to speak. Unpolished charm, it's what we
no, feel that.
Gotta accept
Well-
the flaws to feel alive. Through the bugs and glitches we thrive.
It's coming.
And in this world we craft and drive. Janky but fun where dreams arrive.
Yo, what's up, grinders? Welcome to the gaming grindhouse. It's Monday. The doors are open. The fires are burning. And shout out to everybody coming on in here. How's everybody doing? I saw you, JK Gamer, member of 13 months. He goes, yo, Jez, what's up? Let's hear that $80 billion track. Hey, I got you. I got you. Thank you for being a member for over a year. Shout out to you. And holy shit on me! Ron M with the 20 members! Ow! He got him!
Welcome to Awowed.
Oh, damn.
Let's go! Let's go!
I think it takes us to... Yo, let me see this.
Knock on the door, light the fire. Let's go!
Yo, thank you so much, Ron M. I think you got us to it. I'm gonna check live right now, and I think we got to that emoji, that 20-second emoji. Hold the phone. Thank you so much, Ron M. Shout out to you. I think we got it. I was just checking it right before, and we were like 20 or so short. And let me check right now. We may be able to use it tonight. Let's see. Let me see. Oh, I see you, YouTubes. Oh, it's not registering yet. 2 more members are needed, it says. Holy crap. 2 more members, and we're getting the glaze. And we're getting that glaze coming in. Holy crap, we're getting the glaze. It's coming. There it is.
25. It's coming.
Oh, man, the glaze. It's coming. We 2 more. Yo, thank you so much, man. Yo, Ron M. Hitting it out of the park right there. Yo, Twisted Sin, what's up? He goes, huge L for PlayStation last weekend with PSN down. Glad I only buy physical. Well, shout out to you, Twisted Sin, because yeah, it was a rough weekend. I have to say, it was a rough one. But yo, thank you so much, man. And then the next one, we're gonna just do the next one here. We had 2 members. I think we're 2 there. I'm gonna keep checking to see when it registers there. But I know the next one, we're on our way to the 3rd. Yo, Maniolis! He wants it. You guys want it. Holy crap. Yo, shout out to Maniolis for 5 gifted members, VIPs in the house. Let me check. I'll do this freaking thing live. I don't care. I got that emoji ready to go. It's ready to go. I'm just waiting for YouTube telling me to launch it. Let me check. Hold the phone. Dad of War with a VIP. Yo, you guys want this? Oh, hold on, guys. I just spent an hour trying to set this whole thing up here. Don John Sean, yo, you're making sure we hit that lip. Holy crap. You guys, hold on. Thank you. Don John with the 5. Come on, YouTubes. Where is it? It's
25. It's coming.
all grinders. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Where? Yo, where? I gotta see where I saved it. Where the hell did I put it? That's not it. Hold on, grinders. We got it. Look at these bombs. You guys are going crazy, man, with the VIPs. I got it. Hold on. Let me get it. And we're on our way to the next emoji. Yo, hold on. Let me do this one. Let me get this one out here. Holy crap. We're doing this live. We're doing this live. You're not waiting anymore. I got the... Where the hell is... Hold on. I'll get it for you. I'll get it for you. Yo, but shout out to everybody coming on in, man. Yo, get all those VIPs. Get them in there. Use those emojis that are already there, and you will be getting a brand new emoji right now. I'm uploading it right now. I thought I had it saved, but I guess I didn't have it saved on here. So you guys did it. We did it.
25. It's coming.
It was coming. And we did it. Thank you so much. I really appreciate everybody. Hopefully you enjoy the 20-second emoji of the gaming grindhouse. And yeah, I got to make sure where the hell it is. But I will get it, man. This is when a one-man show. You got to, with a one-man show, I got to do all this. You'll do it live. We're doing it live. We're doing it live. We're doing it live. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. That glaze is coming. I got to find out where I put it. Hold the phone. Let me get it. Hey, you know what? While I'm looking for it, we'll just give you a little tune to listen to while you're in there. Here we go. Here's just a little tune that you can listen to while we wait. Wait, not that one. Here. Wait, I got you one. I got you one right now while I find it. So we do this live, everybody. There it is.
New games are coming fast.
These are tunes to listen to.
80s, and they're all on Game Pass. Somerville, like a Requiem. What to play first and what to play last. Smash to ground, Shroom and Doom. 'Cause they're all on Game Pass.
Dude, I don't know where the hell I saved it from. Where'd I find the properties of it? Oh, there it is. I got it. Oh, tell me hold on. This sucks. What? Yeah, you guys are awesome. Hold on. Is this it? No, that's not it. I overrode it. Damn it. Oh. I overrode it. I gotta do it again. PlayStation still sold out of Amazon. What? What? Is it hard to find? You know, I was at Best Buy, by the way, and I shout out to I was watching to see what was sold over there, and yeah, it was they had Xboxes and PlayStations going on over there and all that shit. They got all that stuff. But yeah, they were rocking there. Hold on, I got you for this one. But yeah, about the Super Bowl grinders. I know. Sorry. Yeah, CJ Gamer talking about the Discord stuff. Yeah, I got it on the list on the back end there. We'll probably talk about it. I know it just got hot off the presses there. Yeah, we'll talk about it. But yeah, things are kind of new already. You know? Just I kind of knew that these kind of things. There it is. Yes. Yes. And now we're 46 away from the next emoji because everybody kept dropping emojis. We're 46 away from the next
You're
emoji.
my number one customer.
It got to be ratioed 1-to-1. What? Oh. YouTube and their crap. Hold on. This is all the stuff they got to do there. But yeah, shout out so everybody watched the Eagles. So congratulations to the Eagles, Philadelphia Eagles, for winning the Super Bowl and beating the hell out of the goddamn Kansas City. My goodness, man, I'd say the NFL probably was not happy about that thing. Everybody probably checked out after the halftime show. But man, yeah, I'm working on it. I'm getting it to you. They're pulling some wackadoo stuff right now. Hold on. Yes. I just got to export it at the right ratio. Get it in. Oh, man, this is a good one. There it is. But yeah. So it was definitely a crazy Super Bowl. And yeah, sorry. I'm trying to do two things at once here. Let's see. Why is it not fitting into the thing? There we go. This is crazy. I'm doing this live, but you guys deserve it. You guys have been, thank you so much for everything, and you deserve it. So it is coming. I gotta keep hitting. It's coming. There we go. I might modify it, but there we go. Let me export it. This is what I'm doing live. We're doing it live. Just getting it out there because I accidentally saved over it. There we go. Oops. Save. Replace. And now let's go to the tubes and give the people what they want. Give it to the people. It's emoji time. Yes. Get it. Get it before they take it away. Before YouTube takes it away. I've been following this thing like crazy. Getting this emoji. But that means it says we're 41 away. Whoa, we're 41 away. It just registered the other ones. So we're 41 away from another one. So thank you so much. I'll get this one out there just so you guys can use it tonight. Hopefully it uploads. Just refresh your page and you should be good. It should work now. So it's getting published and there. And then, yeah, we are working on to the next one. It could be either this one or another one that I'll create. But yeah, that's our next emoji. We're 40 away from that one. So I'll just set up the new one here. And we are 41 away from that one there. So we'll see how the show goes. And Gandalf saying, I think. It works. There you go. There it is. The glaze. The glaze. Yes, the glaze is in the chat emoji. Glaze. Oh man, yo, that's what they were in that Discord. They're like, they're like that in the Discord.
Of our brand, where the box is in.
That's what that Discord looked like. Oh damn, I told you I was gonna talk about it. Oh, rumor has it this is the face of everybody in that Discord that was trying to plan against PlayStation. That Xbox Discord. There was everybody's face. Oh man, there was the glaze going on there. Look at the combos already. Oh man, so much Discord glaze. We got I don't even have the freaking glaze. Oh, wait a second. Where's my glaze? I gotta refresh the page now. Oh, whatever. I don't have the glaze. I'll have the big glaze. Oh, there you go. You deserve it. Thank you so much. Grinded, you got it. And then also, we'll also have a goal for the Game Over Music Jam. Grinded, you're gonna want it. If we get this song, if I want to play this song for everybody at the end, this song, you're gonna have to turn up the bass. This is gonna be a friggin' jam, and you'll get to hear it here, and then it goes to the VIP archives where the Ultimate Grinders, the music dudes, they're gonna get it over there. But you guys can hear it here first if we get that goal on that one. And dude, this is a song of songs. I've been jamming to this one. It's really good. So. And I got two versions of it. So the Ultimate Grinders, you'll get the two versions of this song. But we'll play the one here there. So just if you got a VIP, if you want to get Ultimate Grinders, you get all the music. So you get every song. I put all the songs up there. Some have videos of them, some are just the music, but it's in a playlist. And what I've done this year is I've removed the whole intro with the fire, so like you could listen to it from YouTube Music as like basically music. So you can it's in a playlist and you can do that. So as Ultimate Grinders, you have all in a playlist. I put them in there. So my chat is the whole. You guys have the whole glaze, just the glaze, all green. Oh man, shout out to everybody, man. But anyway, I just spent a whole bunch. Sorry for the delay, but like I overrode it, so I'm glad I got it up there for the glaze. There, Delta Victor Bravo got the Phil Spencer glaze. There's two glazes in there. Man, that Xbox glaze. So anyway, Super Bowl was wild. The halftime show was pretty awesome. I thought, Kendrick has awesome beats, and I thought it was done really well. The camera work was crazy how they did that, and it looked like he was in the street and stuff like that with the light posts. Like I thought the halftime show was really good. I think after the halftime show, everybody left, and then basically, it was a blowout, man. And I'm around, tons of Eagles fans, so they're all hyped up. And congrats to the Eagles, and congrats to Saquon Barkley, because there you go. That's just, it was like, you couldn't write it any better. The Giants did him dirty. They said, hey, we don't want to pay you. Go figure out who's going to pay you. Eagles paid up with their line, and he took them to the Super Bowl. And, he didn't have a huge, crazy runs, but the thing is that he got them to there with a lot of his break runs. And shout out to Saquon. The guy got paid, but he also ran angry and got to what he wanted, and he won a Super Bowl. How you do that? Giants are not going to any Super Bowl anytime soon. So there, shout out to that. And I was glad. I was happy Saquon won. That was a little bit of like, I'm glad the Giants, maybe they'll wake up a light of fire under their ass to say like, hey, look at the stupid work that you did. You took one person and you sent them over there, and Saquon got a ring. Exactly, Leach. So shout out to the Eagles. Yep, as a Giants fan, hey, I'd rather see the Eagles win than Kansas City. Sorry about that, but Kansas City got blown out, and especially in that dynasty. And I always love underdog stories, just like when the Giants beat New England, and they were talking about the 0-17, and they led that one loss in the Super Bowl, and the Giants gave it to him, Eli, and stuff like that. So, you know, they were talking dynasty with Kansas City, and basically Philadelphia made sure they didn't even keep it close. They just blew them out, saying dynasty my ass. And awesome. They just took it to them. So now everybody could stop talking about all the dynasty talk and all this other crap and let it go. So shout out. Yo, and that was PlayStation. So yeah, so there was some gaming stuff there that they had. Let me see. Did I think did I get it here? Let me see. Let me just do a quick check. I'm gonna drop order on me. Oh yeah, here it is. So yeah, this was inspired by PlayStation. So basically, yeah, they said that this was like, and it said game over and stuff like that. And in the crowd, let me see. Make sure. Where the hell is my? Yeah, I'm a little off now because I was like scrambling to get that emoji up there. But yeah, these are PlayStation symbols, and it was supposed to be in there, inspired by PlayStation. They even did some awesome camera work in the X over there with the people in different corners and stuff like that. And yeah, game over, man. And yo, I don't know if we'll do with any NFL deal or anything like that, but dude, they were there at halftime show. So yeah, pretty cool. You know, with all the stuff going on there. So they had the yeah, they had that. Yeah, the X. What did they do? Yeah, it was pretty neat. All the cameras were Sony. There you go. Hey man, they're an entertainment company. They got the music, they got the movies, and they got the games. So like, you know, they're using to their strengths. And Microsoft has that shitty ass surface on the sidelines that everybody throws and slams on the ground. They get tossed. You get the I always wondered about those Surface tablets that they got. Dude, those have to be like those things have to be like throwaway Windows 8 Surface OG tablets. Like those are not even the real, like the new Surface. I don't even know if they're the new ones. They look like the old Windows 8 fat ones. As they should, Josh. Exactly. As they should. Throw those things, smash them all over the sidelines, throw them at people. Cheerleaders are ducking. The fans all over the place. Glassed Gamer with the 5 getting us to the goal for he wants to hear that song as well. Shout out, just make sure I got everybody there. Don John Sean with the 5 gifted VIPs. Data War with 1. Maniolos a 5. And then Twisted Sin with the his member renewal, and Ron M with the big 20 that got us right to the edge. And then you other guys, Don John, Data War, and Maniolos kicked us over the edge there. And Glassdoor is getting us started with the other one to hear that jam music. He goes, tale of 2 platforms. PlayStation was organically a part of a Super Bowl. Xbox only sells 2 million after spending 70 billion. Is in a super hole. Dude, we talk about it all the time. It's the mismanagement of everything that they've done. They made bad deals. Phil Spencer made some bad deals. He was having a calm day.
A bump in the road comes, and she be sarcastic. I won't be coming back until Saturday when you leave. She's gonna try to stop me, but she can't run those little high heels. Never see this face again.
There you go. Bad deals. But you know what? We all kind of got a bad deal this weekend, though. You know, talking all nice and about Sony. The network, the PlayStation Network went down, and it was down. Like it started when on Friday, when I did my gaming grindhouse around Friday afternoon, you guys were saying like, hey, it's down, and it stayed down for the entire evening and into the next day, around to like middle of the day to the afternoon. Like it was rough. It was down, and it was like one of the longest times since that big outage that it was down, PlayStation Network. And there was no update from them. It was just like, hey, we're working on it and doing that stuff. And then basically they, when it was done, this is what they said. And you know that all those Xbox guys, you know, they were there. Tom Warren being sarcastic, like, oh, Sony's not letting us know. Meanwhile, Xbox Live is like down every other night. like, you know, can't log in, DLC don't work, the people's purchases don't work, and you know, he's not covering that stuff unless it's a big one. This one, he was all over PlayStation, like, they gotta say something. They gotta say something. Bootleg was out there in the streets. I said all of them are running. I said this on Friday. I was like, all of them must have, they saw the PlayStation Network, and they all went over to all of them. All the ones in that Discord. Oh, the Glaze. Put the Glaze in there for the Xbox Discord. For those Discord guys. The guys in the Discord. They saw PlayStation Network was down. They went like this. They went with that face. And they went over to Phil Spencer and they go, Phil. They called up Phil and they go, Phil, PlayStation Network is down.
Sir, do we get the win this time?
Are we winning? Are we winning, Phil?
Sir, do we get the win this
with the
time?
Glaze. They have the Glaze going. They go and they're like, we won. PlayStation's down. Dude, that's what happens. That's what it means, man. They think. They're hoping. Like I've always said. They hope and pray and wish for that E3 moment to come back. That has been the biggest. I'm telling you, how to share your games. That E3 of the PlayStation 4, share your games, $400 price point. They wanted that back so bad. They think that something's gonna happen. There's gonna be this faux pas. Something's gonna happen along here, and that all of a sudden overnight it's gonna happen just like that E3. Like they're just gonna mess up, and Xbox is gonna swoop in and say something or do something, and they get that E3 moment back. And they've been holding on that for years upon years upon years. We're talking about the launch of the PlayStation 4. That's how long this bitterness, this redemption story, this Rocky Balboa story that they wish was going to happen. And instead, Rocky got knocked out and he stayed down. And the Russian danced all over him. And he's like, if he dies, he dies. And he's like, he's dead. Ah. Yo, X-Hawk 2 is here. Shout out to X-Hawk 2. How you doing? I thought you weren't going to come back anymore, X-Hawk 2. Oh, man, he's back. He's back.
Can you gobble my balls?
We're going to add some reverb. X-Hawk 2. He's back. He's back. Well, it was dead, X-Hawk 2. It was dead for about 12, 8 to 24 hours. So anyway, so then it came back, and everybody's like, you got to say something. You got to say something, Sony. We want our money back. We're done. Phil Spencer, we're going to win. And then Sony just came out. And also, it was a rough weekend because it was the same weekend that the Monster Hunter beta went live. So people couldn't play the beta. And then we found out all the things like you couldn't play games that connected online, even single player games and all that bullshit. And listen, complain all you want, but that's just the way it is. Goddamn Tupac. That's just the way it is. Listen, when these systems go down, you don't own shit. You could play physical. Make sure that you're playing. If you own physical, you do own it. And you could probably play the game if it's offline. And you're using your own console, like not a shared console, a shared play or anything like that. But listen, when these networks go down, it's done. All that online verification, DRM, like it exists in almost everything. You know, some movie server goes down, there goes your whole movie library, your digital library. That's the way digital works. And it rears its ugly head a couple of times. And we saw it on PlayStation, how, like, you know, what you could do and what you couldn't do when it was down. And that's just the reality of everything. It's the way it is. And it sucks. But that's everybody wants access. The physical's going away. Less and less are doing it. Believe me, I had to go drive 45 minutes to get a physical copy of Pokemon Violet. That's how crazy it is. Physical copies. I had to drive like 30 minutes for a physical copy. Nobody got them. It's craziness. This digital stuff. Who the hell knows what Nintendo's future digital plans are? I don't trust them. I don't know what's coming over and what's not with the Switch, with their arcane, their friggin' old ass internet system. But it's crazy. But we saw what was available and what wasn't. And they said this came back on February 9th at 12 a.m. And they said network services have been fully recovered from an operational issue. So apparently there was some sort of operational issue. I don't know what that is. It wasn't a breach. It wasn't anybody, spamming them, getting passwords. It was an operational issue. No data breach or anything. That's what they said. They didn't allude to any kind of data breach. They just said it was an operational issue. We apologize for the inconvenience and thanks to the community for their patience. Tom Warren. Take that. All PlayStation Plus members will automatically receive an additional 5 days of service. For so less than a day of an outage, they gave everybody 5 additional days. It did mess up the beta. And the beta, basically, they said that they're going to revisit, maybe do another weekend of the Monster Hunter beta. But they weren't able to extend it there. So they're going to do possibly another weekend. Somebody tripped over a cable. That's what happened. Somebody tripped over a cable and caused the whole network to be down on there. So an operational issue. But hey, for less than a day down, they gave everybody 5 days. And there you go. It is what it is. So they didn't issue refunds, but it is what it is on there. So
you're my #1 customer.
All the drama, all the people, just make sure that everybody keeps that same energy when Xbox goes down and you can't buy your stuff and all this stuff. And you just follow Xbox support and you'll see all the stuff that they're missing. Game Night with the 5, he goes, these people are always saying Sony should talk more, but Nintendo are just as quiet or worse than Sony, and no one says Nintendo needs to talk more. Exactly, Game Night 123. You know what else they don't tell Nintendo to do? Put their exclusives on other platforms. That's the other thing they don't do. Nobody's screaming, you know how much Pokemon would sell if they put it on a PlayStation? Do you know how much Pokemon would sell if it went on PC? I don't hear anybody asking for Nintendo to put Splatoon, a game that should be played by everybody, multiplayer. Everybody should be playing Splatoon. Think about all those missed out sales. Nobody says anything. Just like Nintendo's going to sell the hell out of the next Switch with exclusive titles. And everybody's narrative where exclusives don't matter and you don't do your exclusives and all this other stuff. What's going to happen? Nintendo's going to show you how it's done. And so will Sony when they have Ghost of Yotai come out. The only one that's not going to show you how it's done, the Glaze. There you go. There's the Glaze. The Glaze, the Discord. John's dude. They're like, oh, what we're going to do? Oh, the Glaze, the Discord. Yeah, those guys. They're not going to show you what exclusives do because they don't have any. And that's the point. But nobody's telling Nintendo, oh, Nintendo games, you got to put your games everywhere now to sell. Nobody. But you know what? While we're on the topic, well, you know what? Why not, Grinders? Talking about exclusives, because there was a carryover from Friday's show. And you know, some more goodness dropped. I might as well share it with everybody here. You know, people talking about exclusives. Man, we had Danny Pena going crazy. We had the Game Tag Radio, but man, they were off their keister over here. Remember this? Remember I told you, man, when Starfield came out, man, they were roasted. They were cooking. The glaze, it was a double, triple glaze.
That's the point of acquiring that. You want to play Fallout 5? You better bring your ass over to Xbox. You want to play Elder Scrolls 6? You better bring your ass over to Xbox. That's what you do. Because guess what? That's what you do right now. You want to play Spider-Man? You better take your ass to PlayStation. You want to play Uncharted? Better take your ass to PlayStation. You want to play The Last of Us? Better take your ass to PlayStation. You want to play Horizon Zero Dawn? Better take your ass to PlayStation. You want to play Ratchet and Clank? You better take your ass to PlayStation. On down the list. So, again, what's the point of acquiring a publisher and all its studios if you're not going to have that mentality? That's all I'm saying. Oh, you want to play?
Man, oh man. You had the triple glaze. That was a triple glaze. He was the host of Game Attack Radio. Yep. Triple glaze. But now, after they had all that talk, now that, and then, you know, and all this, all the Xbox exclusive, remember this?
I was right, y'all. I was right. Played day one on Game Pass. I was right.
It is awesome to share with you for the very first time a groundbreaking game. And yes, it's exclusive.
Huh.
Welcome.
Man, oh man, they were cooking glaze. There was a double frosted, double triple glaze on that one. They were all cooking. But then
out of the, I think a lot of the people that you've been talking about, like the fanboys online, going, you know, going crazy online, like angry about this type of content going on to other consoles. Look, at the end of the day, business is changing. That's why I feel like it is important for us to have these conversations and even go back in history too, because this is not the first time the Xbox has done this. I remember in the early days of the Nintendo DS, there was a port. Was it a port or a game that it was Rare that worked on Vio Pinata and it came out for the DS? Where was their outcry from back in those days? You know,
wasn't there a Blue Dragon on DS too?
I think it was also Blue Dragon, and also Bungie was working on a Halo game for the DS too, and it never came out. You know, so at the end of the day, business has changed. We have to get used to this. It's gonna happen, and if it's successful for Xbox, don't be surprised if PlayStation are gonna do the same thing. And
this is what they do. I want glazes. The brand new glaze, put it in the friggin' chat. Goddamn glaze that stuff. We need a triple glaze. This is what happens. This is the whole thing. Exclusives and they're back. Oh, it's a bid. Nobody was screaming when Microsoft spent $7 billion. And they're like, oh, put it exclusive. Put it exclusive. You come to PlayStation. You come to Xbox or Starfield. Yeah. Nobody talked about the business. Nobody cared. They didn't say, hey, you know, they spent $7 billion. Do you think they could afford to put it in a dying, low console sale market? And will PC? Oh, well, PC is going to cover it. Nobody. Then after they spent the $7 billion, they were still going with the $80 billion. Oh, now they're going to buy Activision. This is what I mean. But now it's like, it's a business. It's a business. It's a business. And then you heard them. Right? You heard them. You know? Look. Oh. Exclusives are bad. We can debate and bring up valid reasons why exclusives make for better games. But here's the truth. Multi-platform games reach more people and make more money. So now what happened when Starfield was exclusive and you said you got to get your ass on Xbox to play Starfield? What happened? What happened to reaching more people and all those PlayStation people that they told them stop making Starfield for them? What about those? Nobody cared about PlayStation getting shafted and not getting Starfield. Nobody said anything. They're like, oh, you got to get a Xbox. Remember? Just buy an Xbox? Oh, really? What happened to reaching more people and touching 2 billion games? What happened? We forgot? We forgot about that? No, I guess so. How can these media influences just fly with Phil Ness? You know why? It's because, guess what? I'm going to tell you this. And this is going to go into when we talk about the other things. I'm going to tell you this. They don't care. They get all their shit for free. Thanks for sending me this. Thanks for, hooking me up with this game. Thanks for me this. Thanks for sending me out there and hosting the show. Thanks for dinner. Great meeting and catching up with you. All this stuff.
Strategy is Xbox completely losing their identity. But back to the concerns again. I mean, I just worry that the multi-platform strategy is Xbox completely losing their identity. Like essentially, Yeah, you hear that a lot. I've said it. I know a lot of other people said it. I'm pretty sure Destin asked Phil that directly. But that would be my main concern. I'll say it for the 1,000th time. Playing Halo on PlayStation will be weird. It's not something that excites me.
Then why talk about multi-platform? This is what I don't understand. If you don't like it, then say you don't like it. And why then go on to Twitter and talk about you don't understand? It's a business. It's a strategy. Listen, it's bad moves. It's bad moves. Microsoft made bad bets, and what they planned and what they predicted never came out. So which way is it? Is it about making money in the business, or is it about exclusives? Because we have Phil Spencer sitting on the couch with Matt Booty talking about how he could have put Halo 2 on PlayStation. Probably would have sold a few copies, he said. But the value proposition was to bring people into their ecosystem, to bring people to their platform, so you come and buy from their store. That's the whole point. You take a hit on the hardware, you put games or content that bring people to your platform so that they come in and they stay and they buy other things on your platform. You come for the exclusives, you stay for the multiplats. That's been the logical thing for everything. You use the exclusive, the sale, the big window. Get on in. Come on in. And then when you're in there, it's like, oh, you remember Doorbusters? Get in here. Doorbuster. All right, I'm in the store. Oh, we're sold out of that. But why don't you look over there and get the TV? Oh, I don't really need a TV. But while I'm in the store, I'll buy a TV. Successful consumerism. There you go. I got you in the store. I got you to buy something probably you weren't going to come in for anyway. But because you were here, because I got you in the store with the advertisement, with the doorbuster, now you'll go buy other things. They do it all the time with grocery shopping. Oh, come in here. Crab legs, 2 for 1. You walk in for crab legs. It's like, oh, you know what? I need milk. I need eggs. I need all. Oh, wow. You didn't just go get crab legs and walk out. They do it all over the place. And that's what exclusives do. They bring people to the platform so they stay and they buy from your store. And they build their digital library in your ecosystem. Phil said the whole reason why this whole doesn't work is because they lost the worst generation to lose. People build their libraries already. And the problem is that they didn't embrace people buying games, and Game Pass coached them into getting it for cheap. And what they did, though, was that it gave the illusion that they had this library of 200 games in Game Pass. But the problem is that wasn't a library that they bought. They stopped paying for the month, and that library goes away. It was a facade. So that library, that instant game collection, didn't keep people in your ecosystem. They hoped that thing happened. Oh, wow, they just show up and have 200 games out of the blue, and now they have this Xbox perceived library, and they'll buy other games while they're here because they got 200 games that they're subscribing to. It didn't work out like that. Instead, what happened, they stopped buying games and just waited for it to come to Game Pass. They didn't spend a dime more. And now they just had easy libraries where they go, you know what? I don't like this anymore. Goodbye, Xbox. And they weren't even invested in the platform because all they were doing was paying $10, $15, $20 a month. It backfired. And that's the real story. That's what happened. That's what happened. The bets that they made didn't work. And now, this is not a strategy. I've said this so many times before. Putting their games on PlayStation and Switch. Dude, if it was about bringing more people in, they would have done this from day one when they started putting their games on Steam. This would have been day one. Everybody plays, we all win. You've been running around with that line for over a half a decade, but you've been omitting PlayStation and Nintendo in that everybody plays, we all win. So what happened? You got back against the wall because you spent too much money and no more money's coming in. So now what you got to do is go put your games elsewhere to try to save a buck. And that's what you're doing. This is not no strategy. This is not no like, oh, we meant to do this. They didn't mean to do this, just like they didn't mean to put their games on day one on Steam because they would have done that on day one. Instead, they jerked around with the Windows 10 store for over a year and realized nobody was going there. And they said, okay, well, Master Chief is coming to Steam. Because nobody was going to the store. Do you remember? All this stuff is bad bets. And they are where they are. And they got these glazed, triple glazed, double glazed, running around, trying to sort it out. Going out, it's coping for it. Oh, it's a business. That's why they're doing it. It's a business. But nobody asked them why they spent $80 billion to keep their games everywhere. Where was the business talk then? When it actually was a business. It was legal fees and court doc. Nobody said anything. So this builds up into what's going on. What's going on? Why all of a sudden the change? Well, you want to know why? Is because Mr. Can't Shut His Mouth is running around and can't shut his mouth. That's why.
Great ass! No, you like to look at yourself on television, you sick son of a bitch. So look at this.
So where's he been? He was on Dusty Bin's show. He went on Game Attack Radio. Where the world is Phil Ness San Diego? Where in the world is Phil Ness San Diego? Well, where is he? Where is Phil Ness San Diego now?
I know.
Oh, here he is. He's on Xbox Era. There we go. They're hyping him up now.
Back on the show for a second time. It's the CEO of Microsoft Gaming, Mr. Phil Spencer. How you doing, Phil?
I'm doing well. I would so hate that title.
I know it's like the most corporate sounding thing in the world, but it's.
I heard somebody say it. I'm like,
There he is. There he is.
No, you like to look at yourself on television, you sick son of a bitch. So look at this.
Giving the scoop to everybody. For somebody that it's a business. You said it before. Stop. Enough. Huggy, get Huggy in here. Huggy, get in here. Give me your line, Huggy. Get in here. Huggy? I got Huggy. He hangs out over here. He hangs out on the streets. Huggy, get in here. Somebody get him in here. All right, Huggy, get on there. Get on the microphone. Okay, get him, Huggy. Tell Phil Spencer what he should do. Get in here, Huggy. Okay, here we go.
Stop. Enough.
Thank you, Huggy. Get back to the streets. Thank you so much, Huggy. He comes in here, he says his line, and then he goes out there. I throw him a few bucks. Thanks a lot, Huggy.
Stop. Enough.
Get off the mic. Get back into the streets. Go start glazing. Get your glaze in the streets. But there you go. Oh, here we come. February 15th, Valentine's Day Massacre, the sequel. You see the difference. Last year, it was a business update with Sarah Bond and Mr. Booty up there. This year, he's going out to the community. He's going to all the community members and dropping more nuggets about, oh, yeah, no red lines. This is what I told you. I've been saying this. It's a business. And there he goes. Where in the world is Phil Ness San Diego? Oh, boy. Where's he going now, Mickey Mouse? There he is. 5 o'clock. I'm sure we'll be covering that as well. I'm sure he's going to say some dumbass shit. He's going to say how red lines and no more red lines. He's going to probably say all this stuff. And he probably is going to, and then give them the scoop. One hand washes the other. 2 hands wipe the ass. And then they move on. And where does he go next? Does he show up in the Lords? Does he show up somewhere else in the streets? Does he go to iJustine's basement again with his sister? With the sister and iJustine? Pause.
25. It's coming.
It's the truth. He was in iJustine's basement with his sister. I don't know why. He was talking about something, some interview. He go there next. He's touring. Nobody else talk. You know what? We should hear from Sarah friggin' Bond. That's who we should be hearing from. Oh, he's going to go to Podcast Unlocked with Shaggy.
Black Ops 6 day
Zoinks.
one. Black Ops 6 day, right?
Where's it going next? But everybody has a question about the hardware. About what's the future? Where does my library go? We should be hearing from Sarah Bond, the hardware queen. No, we don't hear from Sarah Bond. Instead, Phil Ness Mouse has to tour the streets. We need his dumb ass all over the place. We should be hearing from Sarah Bond. She's the hardware queen. What is she doing? Phil, that's right. Joshy throws him to the wolves. When Dusty Bin or somebody asked him, they're like, Phil, what about this most innovative hardware ever? He's like, oh, I think Sarah Bond said that. Don't she work for you? Like, is she talked out of line, Phil? Did she talk out of line or something? Like, what do you mean Sarah Bond said that? She works for you. You're the head of Xbox CEO. She's the hardware person. Was she talking out of line, Phil? Why would you dismiss and say, oh, yes, I think Sarah said that. Oh, is it not true? Is it not true? No, Phil won't go to The Verge where Sarah Bond got interviewed and roasted. Phil won't go to that interview, but he's going to go around to all these snowball, softcore, goddamn Xbox fan-made podcasts. And you want to know why? Because he's giving out Avowed. Do you see them all? Grinders, do you see it? I see this all the time. I just saw Cobra going, I'm playing Avowed. He just got South to Midnight. This is the thing that's wrong. You want to know where the glaze comes from? This is the glaze. They are giving these games, the games that they come out with, they're giving them to the community. What the hell? Why is Cobra getting South to Midnight? Does he have a review website? Does he have a podcast? Or is he just some social meteorite that just basically glazed for Xbox? But I see all of them. All the ones that said the same bullshit, that live and die and bleed green, they're all getting games. Oh, stay tuned for my impressions of Avowed from Stallion. He has a lifetime membership of 2 million gamer score, whatever he has. The community, the people that should be buying these goddamn games and using their hard-earned money and talking about it and selling it to everybody else by word of mouth, just get this shit for free. Can't wait to hear my impressions. I got a review copy. You do reviews. You just give it out to everybody that came to FanFest. Everybody that you took to lunch. I bet you Hot Geek gets freaking free games from them. That's why they hold the line. That's why they keep talking out their ass, because Phil's greasing them behind the scenes. Fucking greasing them. And that's how they ran their business. That's what they do. Phil goes out there, greases them, goes on their shows, gives them the nuggets. They get hits. They get a whole bunch of chats and all this other shit. And Phil glazed them. And then they'll continue to spout the bullshit and lie and do this shit to make up some narratives and come together, and they're sitting around that table when Greenberg's treating everybody, holding up X's in the eye, the rooftop parties. This is what they do. I just saw everybody. Oh, I got all the people that I'm like, okay, well, why don't you hear about? Oh, they are playing it already. Stay tuned for my impressions. Like, they just gave you the game. Do you do reviews? No. It's ridiculous. But that's the way they roll. That's how they have this extremely just thick-headed bot mentality, which I hate to say, but it is. That's why they talk about exclusives. All right, guys, we got to say exclusives don't matter anymore. Meanwhile, because Xbox is just, Phil just gave us his games. And this is what happens. Hey, there, see? PC Hawk Tour, spit on that thing. See you later, X Hawk Tour. X Hawk Tour, spit on that thing. There he goes. No, listen, True Virgil. Herman Holtz does not grease anybody but himself. That's it. Herman Holtz doesn't grease anybody. The only grease he does is rubs on his body. That's it. To make sure he's shining and slick with the Uzu Machismo and chains and 3 buttons undone. That's the only greasing that Herman Holtz does. He's like, I'm not going to grease them. Let me grease my body. Yes. That's it. That's the only grease that's going on. This son of a bitch, He goes in the streets like he just goes out there and he pulls people down alleyways. He goes, hey, you want Avowed early? That's right, John. He lotions up. But there you go. The Phil Ness Tour 2025. You see his approach. You see his approach, right? The Phil Ness Tour 2025. He's not having just a show. Xbox podcast. He's going to them. He's going to their house. It's like in your house, WWE style. He's doing house shows. Hi, Justine. He's coming to her basement next with the sister. The game night 1, 2, 3 with 2. He goes, does Phil do actually any work? No, he's dumb. Knock on wood. Hit his head. He don't do any work. He does these podcasts. You think for a CEO such a high level in Microsoft, why would he just go to some people's like fan podcasts? Where is Sarah Bond? Where's Booty Cheeks? Where's that dirty ass booty?
Situation maturely, just like the responsible adults that we are. Isn't that right, Mr. Poopy Pants?
Where is Poopy Pants? He knows where the games are. Because you know what's funny is that they interview Phil, who don't know shit or ass about games. Nobody asks him about, hey, Phil, how's Fable coming? What's going on with Perfect Dark? What's going on with the initiative? Instead, Phil, what you playing? Phil, tell us about how exclusives don't matter anymore and what you're doing. God forbid they ask about where the games are. How the games are coming. The games that you... How's State of Decay 3? You said you played it a year and a half ago, Phil. What did it look like? Does it look better? No.
You're my number one customer.
Nope. Do not. Yeah, thou shalt not ask Phil about games. I think that was Booty's question. Is Poopy Pants. That's what you gotta ask. You gotta ask Mr. Poopy Pants. Phil, what about the hardware? What's going on? What does the next Xbox look like? Well, that's Sarah Bond's team. I'm proud of that team. The Xbox app is ass, Phil. What are we doing here? Well, that's Jason Ronald's team. You know, I never really get an answer because every time I ask him, he always says, I think. Because I asked him, I'm like, Jason Ronald, how's that Xbox app going? He's like, thou shall not, I think. Can never get a straight answer from that dude, Gandalf. We don't know what to say about him. Is that he always talks in reverb. That's what they said about him. He always talks in a reverb. Every time I talk to him, he's like, Phil, I'm not getting the update done today. Feels like, well, yo, why you always have a reverb when you talk? I don't know. My team says the same thing. It feels like, Jason Ronald. Why do you have reverb when you talk about the team? The app is coming fine. I hope. I think. We may have a little beta later on, I think. Dude talks in reverb all the time. My God, he's like in a cave all the time. Bell Dante with the 5. He goes, Phil going around checking on his US aid money. Dude, that's what he's doing, man. He sits in his office with the shelf. I'm like, just put a PlayStation 5 on your shelf, Phil. But there you go. But he's doing his tour. So the next time he's gonna open up his mouth on that 250th ever, yo. And this is what I said before. What he's doing now is just twisting the knife. Like I said, Fan Fest. This kind of stuff, like the community that you built up, that's the community that you gotta break the news that Halo's coming, Forza's already there. Like, is he gonna drop like another one after this show? Like, the thing is that, like I said before, it's over. Because the more you get entwined with the Glaze and the Xbox community and the thing that you love because they love you and you're like, this is what I love, the fans, sign that ass. That's the thing that's going to get you in trouble because you are not doing what they want. They want Xbox. but you are doing everything else. So the more you keep stepping with this community and doing that and going to their shows and gracing them with your presence and free copies and all this other shit, the more the more it's going to hurt when you start doing this shit. The more glaze you get. That's right, Josh. He's the biggest con man. It is, dude. He is conning the shit out of them all. Oh, I'll come to your show. I'll do this. Like, Phil, it's over. Go to your office and work on Frosted Glass games and make these games. That's it. Worry about the quality and just take it and make sure that you have a reliable roadmap of quality games. Don't waste your time coming to community podcasts, because that's exactly what you don't need to do. Because the more you do that, the harder it's going to be to do the things that you're doing. And you're going to get even more pushback, because they're going to be like, yo, you came on my show and told me this and gave me hope, even more hope. And now you did this. Dude, they're going to be in shock when they find out that this Xbox is going to be a friggin' Asus ally. It's going to be a PC that does Xbox things. They think Phil will revise maybe the series consoles maybe one more time, like a new memory or something like that. But dude, the traditional console from Microsoft, as you know it, it's going to change. They may do a revision here or there, but otherwise, it's over. How? That's the one thing I think they all agreed upon. How are you going to get on stage or in a show and go, this is our new hardware, come buy it, when everything that's made on that hardware either getting skipped for the low install base or it's on other platforms? How are you going to sell that? Who are you selling that to? Like 2 dudes? Well, that's what it's going to do. But I'm saying the more they do the fan fest, the more they do this fan service, the harder it's going to be to, you're going to get more pushback when you do what you do. And it's going to be the crazy glaze when they do Gears and Halo. And I don't know what the plan is for that thing. But what they really need to be focusing on is like, you got to get that quality back and try to establish some sort of platform to you. Like, you got to get that quality to make people come back. And this is crazy, dude. Talking about quality. Hit that like button, grinders. Hit that like button. Hit the notification button, because this jank. We know Avowed. I like I said before, why? Every time an Xbox game is coming out, we always hear about what is not in the game. Oh, we won't have 60 frames at launch. Oh, we won't have 60 frame. We won't have co-op at launch. We won't have split screen at launch. Why is it always what we won't have? We knew Avowed, it won't have romancing options. Now we have Avowed won't have enemy scaling, but it will have jank. And the quote just keeps going all over the place. You gotta accept. She's telling you, the customer, you gotta accept a little jank to do something fun and creative. What? What? Of all the words, of all the words that you could use, we had Janky Jones with the janky left hook. Of all the words you'd say, it will have jank. Welcome to the jank house. What? Who is coaching these people? Even if it has jank, you do not say that. Why would you? Enemies do not scale. This might surprise you. Level scaling is becoming more common, as in Cyberpunk and Diablo. But looking forward to exploring Avowed dangerous cliffsides, the knowledge that power is power. One of the most liberating feelings I've experienced involves returning to a game like Dark Souls starting area, over-leveled, grass-fed cow, and chewing up everything in my path. Less surprising that the game's lack of level scaling, however, is in fact Avowed might have some bugs at launch. Why? Quote, it can start in a way that just feels crappy. Avowed devs are turning to animation to solve an RPG challenge of offering a sense of progression without sacrificing a strong start. Despite Skyrim comparisons, Avowed is Obsidian RPG first and foremost. Let's bring in all the greatest hits. That said, bugs have always been a part of gaming, and some people always been huffy about it. In their defense, I don't think anyone has ever outright enjoyed playing a game and finding out easier to break the glass. In 2024, games are blah blah blah. But if we ignore gamers' rights for a second, we can recognize that most unique new products aren't flawless. To that point, Patel thinks jank is unavoidable while taking risks. Quote, you gotta accept a little jank to do something fun and creative. Like what? Example, please? Like, why don't you just explain the fun and creative part of it and leave the word jank out of it? Like, there's some bugs and stuff like that in Kingdom Come and if you Come 2. But who launches their game and say expect bugs at launch? You got to have a little jank. Like, what? Who does that? Why would you say that? And what does that do? Does that get everybody to can't wait to run out and do the 5-day early edition? Is that a must hands-on? Can't wait to touch 5 days early? Let me pay another $100, let me do a $100 edition? Does that make you want to go run out with this title right here and her quote? And then guess what? Here come all the glazes. All the triple glazes. I played that's all coming on the 13th. You want to know what's coming?
25. It's coming.
I played Avowed and it's wonderful. The jank is charming. Oh, a couple of little hiccups here and there. The combat's not as smooth, but it looks pretty. Oh, here comes all the damage control because they gave it to everybody who's breathing Xbox to ensure that messages are contained. Oh, hand it out there. Give it to them. And there you go. But I just don't understand defending the jank. Why would you say that? Who says that with their AAA game? This is a $70 game. This is the stuff that you don't say because this doesn't make people want to go out and pre-order it. This doesn't make people want to play it early. They probably say, wait for the day one patch. Who's going to go pay $100 now for this version, knowing you're paying it 5 days early and there's a day one patch that's coming?
25. It's coming.
It's all wrong, dude. Of course, Baldante. Some already claimed Game of the Year. Of course. Just like Hellblade 2 was supposed to be Game of the Year. Please. Janky Jones was Game of the Year. Please. They can't wait a Game of the Year. I'm telling you. They're hoping Phil's, but they look to Phil up there and they just say, Phil, is this the time? Is this it, Phil? Did we win? Did we win?
Yes, I would like to have a refund.
No, you didn't win. You didn't win. But it's just like
gaming.
There you go, Phil. Gaming. Exactly. Every single time. How to justify it? The hell's going on Games Radar? This spam shit. But I'm saying that's just the thing not to say. Even if it has jank, you look the other way. You look the other way. You don't bring it up in an interview because they're going to run with it. But there you go. What's up, Grand Cat? How you doing, man? Xbox tariffs. Hey. Jank in the house. But this is what happens. I don't know where Booty is. Where's Poopy Pants? Nobody knows. But that's exactly what it does, Michael. It makes everybody just say, you know what? I'll just check it out in Game Pass. And there you go. And that's been the MO of Microsoft this whole time. Every friggin' one of their games, they incorporate doubt. And people are like, you know what? I'll just check it out in Game Pass. Even Janky Jones. Everybody liked it after it came out, but like leading up to it, they're like, that first curse in combat, it looks a little off. And everyone's like, I'm pleasantly surprised about Janky Jones. I'm pleasantly surprised. It was a pleasantly surprised game. Well, that's not good news. But where's Booty?
Situation maturely, just like the responsible adults that we are. Isn't that right, Mr. Poopy Pants? I'm your butt.
Shouldn't he be doing interviews? Talking about how he runs it all. Actually, the most important person is that shit pants. It's him. He runs the whole goddamn software. He runs Activision, he runs ZeniMax, and he runs all the Xbox studios. Booty's in charge. Why is he not running around with these games talking about them? Instead of handing out coffee, he should be doing interviews. But no, they got Phil Spencer running around because he just loves himself. He loves himself.
No, you like to look at yourself on television, you sick son of a bitch. So look at this.
He's top ass.
Great ass!
That's right, Josh. He's top ass. But this is not what you do. So, you gotta accept the jank, they said. Hey, I don't know. I don't know about the jank. But all I know is that doesn't get people super excited to go running out in the streets and pre-order anything. So, I don't know, man. I don't know. Now, we come to this other thing. Again, more insiders, more things. So, a hint that State of Play may be coming this week.
25. It's coming.
February 13th. The term hypnotic soprano. Hey, the gabagools. Led the speculation that announcements of God of War or Parasite Eve at the event. Now, there are these rumors of God of War going back to like a flashback of Kratos when he was younger. That's a rumor there. Or Parasite Eve. I don't know too much about that. Heard about that. But listen, this State of Play stuff, it's already going to be Tuesday. If this is coming on the 13th, they are really not leading at the charge here for State of Play. Also, it just happens to be that the 13th, I think that's when the Avowed previews or impressions come out as well. But they do it around this time. That's why I think everybody's banking on it, because they do it around the end of January, beginning of February. And they kind of do need to do it because they got to get some dates out there and kind of like getting out some of these dates, like Phantom Blade and you know what's going on with Ghost of Yotai. What's that looking like? Is that the first half? Is that summer? Is that probably not first half, but probably is the summer? Is it the fall? What about Death Stranding 2? I'm sure Kojima can't wait to reveal all that stuff. Like, he only showed us a couple of videos on that one. Josh says the 14th is their financials. Yes, they got their financials going on. So maybe it is the 13th. I know there's a lot lining up, or they do it after the financials next week. But I think that they're due definitely for one, because they got to get some dates out there. They got to kind of let people know how 2025 is going to be lining up. Because right now it's kind of like, you know, we got that announcement back in the thing about no sequels of big games until the fiscal year's over, which is March. So we know we're not going to get any Ghost of Yotai by March at all. So now we got to look and see what's going on here. but they're due, man. Like, I know they say like they're quiet and stuff, but I think they need to definitely kind of lay out on what the year is going to look like, and with just not just with their games, but just kind of like the games that they picked out, like Phantom Blade Zero and things like that, kind of like going along those lines there, and kind of like saying, like kind of laying it out there. Because like I said, they have they got the Pro, they got their Portal, whatever's going on with that VR, which again, I feel like that's the biggest disappointment. I know there's a lot of games, but from them, Sony support on VR, I was very disappointed. That's like my big disappointment with this generation, is how awesome that VR 2 is. And everybody else is making games for it, but Sony is really not just doing cool things with it from themselves. Like, I don't know what the Dreams devs are doing, but man, Neo Molecule needed to make a VR game like 4 years ago. That's all I'm saying. So I feel we need to see what the kind of not the roadmap, but like kind of what the release is going to look like, to get people kind of ready to line up of where games are going to be coming out, get the pre-orders out there, kind of know, because you can't really pre-order stuff if you don't have a release date. So that's what they got to do. They could do pre-orders, but they got to kind of get that kind of out there. Yeah, I know, Brian. I'm disappointed. That was my biggest disappointment of them, what they've done. I've done a great job with the hardware and stuff, but their software support on VR, it's been carried by everybody else, not by them. They haven't kind of like done cool things with it. Even their PC push for it, like even that was kind of like weird. Like they gave the adapter out there for the PC push for VR, but they never.
You're my #1 customer.
What was it? Just a hack? What was it? It made no sense. Oh, God of War remake. Oh no, a remake? Is that what they're trying to hint at? Oh man, they can't. Oh, they're gonna do like a God of War, what? A God of War 3 or God of War Collection remake? I'll take God of War Collection remake, because I played a little bit. I played half of 2 and only in 3. I don't think I played all of 1. Nobody wants Ascension, but yeah. I don't know, man. But yeah, they need to kind of, I think they need one. Like yesterday, we need one. All right. So Herman, you're not the CEO anymore, co-CEO. You went back to your desk. No shirt, 3 buttons. I expect to see Herman up there going, now let's just show you the games. In his accent.
Be French or something because of your accent.
What accent?
Get in there. We need Herman out there.
What are you, the ballet teacher or what?
Yeah, I'm dancing, yeah. Also some karate.
Karate, yeah?
Yeah, can you show me one of your special kicks?
You want to see one of my kicks?
Yeah. Come on.
Yeah?
Oh, damn. That's the Herman we need. Where is that Herman? That's what I want to see. This is how I want the state of play to open up, like this. Herman giving those kicks. No shirt. Let's go. All greased up. Game Night 123 with the $5. He goes, what's even adding more credence to the state of play happening is that the PS Store leaked the date trailer for Metal Gear Solid Delta last Friday. Yes, they did. They did leak that last week. So who knows? Maybe that's why they went down. The network went down. You know, they leaked some release dates and they're like, somebody trip over the wire. Somebody trip over the wires. They're finding out release dates in the store. Shut it down. They pulled the wire. He's like, I pulled the wire. They pulled the wire out. Some gaming of Ghost of Yotai. Like, listen, they got more than enough. But like, the thing is, and I don't know who was a Mooch. Somebody was saying about the state of plays. Like, the thing about the state of plays is that they kind of like we don't know what. It's like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get in a state of play. State of plays are like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. Are we gonna get baby steps or we're gonna get Ghost of Yotai? We don't know. They could do some indie showcase embedded in
You're
the
my
state of play.
#1 customer.
We don't know. Or they could do a friggin' rollout of first-party games and who's working on who and gameplay. Deep dive of Ghost of Yotai, stay tuned. Or do some sort of, like, third-party showcase and then at the end go, oh, and another one's coming. That's going to focus on Ghost of Yotai. I don't know. But it is interesting. The store leaked and it went down. The network got pulled. Maybe somebody was in there farting around. I don't know. And he's like, pull the plug right now. There's somebody in here releasing our dates. I don't know. It seemed pretty coincidental. Your release date, Metal Gear releases, and all of a sudden the network goes down kibosh for operational issue. Probably a friggin' leaking goddamn release dates. I don't know. Sign my ass.
Great ass!
With the 100 Seek, he goes, are you going to talk about the leaked Discord exposing anti-PS5 campaign? I haven't looked at it enough to know something's there, so no need if you haven't either. Yo, thanks, Sign My Ass. I got it. I looked at it quickly before the show, looking at it, some of the stuff, and listen. We might do a little glazing and checking in on it and stuff like that, because I kind of talked about the glaze and the Phil Spencer hand wash of the other, but we might talk about it. I think we will. I think we'll talk a little bit about it. We might do a little glaze over in that area over there. And thank you for the super chat, man. Simon Ass. I appreciate it. But I looked at some of it, but again, we'll talk about it. The 3 C's, man, y'all. There it is. There's a legacy goddamn emoji right there. The 3 C's. That's exactly, dude. We already brought it up with the 3 C's. We've been talking about it for years. We knew about the 3 C's. Oh, damn. We knew about this. So, back to the state of play. Like, we don't know what we're going to get. We don't know. It could be some, oh, here's a couple of new indies we find. Here's some middle-of-the-road games. Or here's some indie games. And now here's one more. And there's a breakdown of Ghost of Yotai. Like, I don't know. Well, here's some Death Stranding. I don't know. Well, there's some brand new God of War remaster coming out in 2 weeks. I don't know. But they got enough. Like I said earlier, when everybody's like they're quiet and stuff, I said all they need, they could turn it around in one goddamn show. They could go quiet, and all of a sudden they have a show. They'll show some like, yo, here's some Wolverine gameplay. Enjoy. Internet goes ablaze. They go lit up like the friggin' 4th of July. And all of a sudden now they went from, oh, they're not quite, to like, yo, look what they got. Holy crap. Dude, we just did this. We just did this with Astrobot. Nobody even knew the game came out. It was coming out. It existed. They showed it. Everybody's like, holy crap. Boom, game of the year. Just like that. After they were getting driven into the ground with Concord. They could do that shit. That's why it's so exciting. You could watch this stuff and they'll show goddamn baby steps and you're like, yo, why is this guy walking with a stick in his ass? And this sucked. Or they could do this thing and boom, it happens and they show stuff and you're like, yo, they just cooked. Phil, what are you doing? And he's like, Phil's like,
Skip. Go for son.
No comment.
Skip. Yeah, but Skip. Where you got Skip? We skip.
Simple. No comment. So we don't know. But that's why these stupid things are so friggin' exciting. Because of that dynamic. It could be the worst. It could be the best. And that's why we tune in when they do it. So hit that like button. Hit that notification button. When that thing goes on, the Grindhouse will be there. If it does happen. It's around this time. Nate the Hate. We got some other leakers. Maybe a God of War remasters. Maybe we got some other things. We'll see. But again, rumors are rumors. If it happens, it happens. But I don't want to hold my breath. Because we've seen the PlayStation rumors. I don't know. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. But all I know is that if it does happen, I'm excited because of what the potential may be for that. And I think we're due. Like, if you look at it, they've done it before. Their financials are Friday. They kind of do. They just had the outage. Get back in everybody's good graces and show us the games. You know? Get everybody riled up. They just got their pros. They're all ready to get cooked. Everybody's ready to go. And that's it. And just get out there. Get Herman Holtz with no shirt on. All greased up, ready to go for the new year. He's no co-CEO anymore. He could trade in all his turtlenecks. And he cooks. And he comes out there and he goes,
enough from me. We're going to have the games start talking.
Oh, that's what I want to hear. The best line. Yeah! That's what I want to hear. But we'll see. The rumors are all there. Yo, you guys are going crazy with that other thing, man. And then let's go to the next house. Whoa, where's my thing? Let's get back here. And I'm going to get to my display here. What's our next topic? Oh, the Xbox only sold 2 million grinders. Oh, man. So there's some... So this thing came up. This is something that came up over the weekend after the show on Friday. Apparently, so Take-Two released their financials. That's right. That's Jim's legacy. So Take-Two released their financials and things like that. And people were calculating, well, this website, who is it? Tech for Gamers. I don't know who they are, but they started looking into it. And looking at the quarterly earnings report by Take-Two reveals that Xbox seemingly only sold 2 million units in 2024. Yo! I was like, what? 2 million in a year? They used to sell that in just on a holiday.
One of the things I really love about being here is the families that are here.
Oh, man.
Phil Spencer! Phil Spencer!
Oh,
Phil Spencer!
no.
Let's go! Yes! Yes!
So, we got to break this down.
Yes!
We got to break this down. 2% in a quarter, then 2 million in a year. This is the way. So in December, so this is the calculation. This is how they came to. I was like, whoa, wait a second. How the hell did they come to this thing? All right. We're going to go over and see how they got to this. So in December of 2023, Xbox estimated to have roll over 27 million consoles globally. Now they're saying that number only grew to 2 million. All right. So keep a lock on the 27 million. All right. PlayStation sold 65.5 million units by September 2024. Remember, PlayStation, this is what happens all the time. Microsoft doesn't share their numbers. So they don't share their numbers. So if you have a total from a third party says this is how many consoles are out there, and one of the console manufacturers, and now you know they only put their games on 2 consoles, one of the console manufacturers gives you their numbers, simple subtraction will let you know what the other one is estimated around. So that's how they got to the number. So in 2023, Xbox was estimated to roll about 27 million. PlayStation announced that they sold 65.5 million in 2024. By deductive reasoning, out of the 94 million estimated from Take-Two, you subtract 65 and 94, you're left with 29. Well, how did they get to the 27? So, the way they got, so this is the stat that they dropped. 94 million plus Gen 9 consoles worldwide, November. There's your total. Right? PlayStation announced how many they sold, 65.5 million. So, when you go look at it, where did the 27 come from? Well, in February of 2024, if you remember, this guy, where is it? At an investors meeting. Was this the one? No, not their investors meeting. Hold on. This one. If you remember, in June 30th, 2023, they reportedly sold over 20 million units. If you remember the slide, remember this slide here that they shared in Brazil, I believe it was? This was at the end of 2023 that they said they shipped 21 million plus Xbox Series consoles. Now, you probably could allude to why Phil Spencer says what he says, where we have the most console players ever, because look at the other number, 79 million plus. So you remember, he's combining the Xbox One generation to the Series generation and saying we have the most Xboxes ever in the history. Remember he said that at Gamescom? And you're like, Phil, you're down 29%. How the hell you have the most consoles? Oh, because the son of a bitch is counting last gen and this gen. Oh, so that's why Phil Spencer says what he says. So he's adding last Xbox One consoles with the Series consoles, and that's where he gets like, oh, we have the most console players ever. Most people playing on Xboxes ever. That's what he said, because he's, and also, Phil, this is the first time you're combining two generations ever. Well, anyway, that's the Phil Ness for you. 21 million. So going from the 21 million, they're going back, and then they're saying about, looking at their data, they're saying that, we got the total, we know what they sold, and they're saying that it went from 27 million. So an analyst from last year's report estimated that they sold 27 million. So PlayStation sold 50 million. And a recent investors call revealed that Xbox and PlayStation have sold 77 million. So because PlayStation is telling them what they sold, and Take-Two is telling you how many consoles are there, deductive reasoning, minuses, total minus PlayStation, tells you how many Xboxes there are. And that's where they got to 27 million. So they did the same math this year with now the consoles going up to 94 million. PlayStation came out again and said we sold 65.5 million, which is like a 15 million more than the year before. And now they subtracted, and Xbox is sitting at 29 million consoles. And if you go between this year and last year, the difference of 29 and 27 million is 2.
I see commentary that if you just build great games, everything would turn around. It's just not true that if we go off and build great games, all of a sudden you're going to see console share shift in some dramatic way. We lost the worst generation to lose in the Xbox One generation, where everybody built their digital library of games.
There you go, Phil. So, yikes. Major zoinks. Major zoinks. And now, that's right, Hero Down Under. On Friday, I am sure Sony is going to announce its new number of sales. Because remember, this 65 million was at the end of September 2024. That didn't include the holiday, where Xbox showed how they did their holiday with a minus 29% in hardware and only a 2% growth in Game Pass. Sony about to show you how many consoles they sold during the holiday. So you'll get a new number to subtract from 94 million. But that's where they're coming up with the 2 million. Listen, the 2 million may be right. I'm not going to run around and say 2 million, it's over like they did it. Listen, I bet you it's close to that. Hell, we've seen their financials. We've seen them being year over year minus 29%. These are factual numbers that they're sharing. Minus 29, minus 30, minus 50, minus all these things. And shout out to Zoobs. I got it. I gotta get Zuby. Where's Zuby's thing? Let me see. Where's Zuby's thing? He had the list. Like, if you just look at it, if you just look at the loss year over year for the hardware, like, dude, it matches up. Like, it's not like, oh man, they're blowing up, dude. No, it's minus upon minus upon minus upon minus, and that's that's compiled on top of minuses from the previous year.
Number one customer.
They weren't up like 50% last year, and this year they're minus 29. No, they were minus 30 last year, and now they're minus 29 this year. So it is additive. I don't know if Zuby's around. Zuby in the chat? Zuby, where is that the thing? What is the Xbox financials? Well, if anybody has a link of it, like he had the whole let me see if I can use Gronk.
Where that box is in the name of our brand.
Hardware. Last year, percentage loss. Those financials. Let me see. Because I know you tracked it. Let me see if they can find anything. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. AI doing its job. Thanks a lot. There's AI. So here, look. So based on the report, so like from April to June, Xbox hardware revenue saw a 42% decline year over year. In quarter 3, January, March 24, it shows a 31% drop year over year. From October to December, the previous holiday, they saw an increase of 3%. Dude, last holiday, they saw an increase. This holiday, they saw a minus of 29%. How crazy is that? And then July to September 2023, a decrease in hardware. Summarizing these figures over the last year from quarter 4 2023 to quarter 2024, Xbox hardware sales experienced significant declines in 3 of the 4 quarters, with the exception being a minor growth in quarter 2, the holiday of 2 years ago. Not last holiday, 2 years ago. And there you go. And then it's like, yeah, well, Microsoft's gaming division seen growth in other areas of services, which that's marginal growth because of Activision, but that was last year. But there you go, with the largest single quarter drop being 42%. So when you look at that and you see how much they've been losing compiling without a growth, you go like, yeah, I could see 2 million consoles being sold. I could see them just fighting for their life. You know? And I'll add to what Michael Meridian. Shout out to Michael Meridian with the $5 super chat, making us 4 away from the goal to listen to that awesome jam that you want to turn your bass up for song at the end. He goes, Jez, is it possible that this is on purpose? Could Microsoft be constraining console production? And you know what? I'm gonna talk about that. And thank you for bringing that up, because I had that in my notes. Right? Yes, SSJ, an $80 billion demand. So I had this in my note. So if you recall, I think this is the strategy that they're doing right now. So get a hot coffee, get a hot cocoa, and sit around the fireplace of the gaming grindhouse, because I'm going to tell you a little story. Now, again, this is just me thinking. I think what they're doing with the hardware is similar to if you watched one of my favorite movies, Office Space. Remember Milton? My stapler, you got my stapler, he got my stapler, and they kept moving him around the different office spaces and different rooms, and they put him moved his office into like the boiler room, and then the boss comes in there to the two mics or whatever, not Mike, the two guys that are looking for the jobs, and the boss is like, yo, who's this Milton guy? He was laid off. He's like, he's laid off, he's still working here, and he's like, oh, well, apparently there was a glitch in the system and he's still getting paid. Oh, no, we're going to tell him that we got to let this. Yes, I want to set the place on fire. Exactly what I said. He's like, apparently there was a glitch and he's still getting paid. So he just keeps coming to work. Oh, no, so we got to go let him go now. And they're like, no. we fixed the glitch. Well, what do you mean? He's like, we fixed the glitch. So we just stopped getting paid. And then eventually he just will stop showing up to work. In a tech. Yo, that was a great, I love that freaking movie. So they fixed the glitch. So he'll just stop getting paid and then he'll just be like, oh, and he'll just won't be there anymore. Rather than just telling people, hey, we're gone, we're leaving. Like, you know, Xbox is done, goodbye. No, they're fixing the glitch. They're not doing bundles. They're not emphasizing the hardware. They're putting the content that would draw you to their hardware platform on other devices. What they're doing on purpose. They're fizzing this stuff out. They're making it happen naturally. The one thing that they wouldn't do naturally in getting studios on organic growth, they're doing organic decline. That's right, grinders. You heard it here at the Gaming Grindhouse. Organic decline. They're letting it happen naturally. They're letting the Xbox hardware fade away organically. They're not doing what they did to acquire Activision and doing all this stuff where they just bought you, say you're mine now. Inorganic growth, just like saying like, oh, we're everywhere now because I bought you. The two Bobs, that's right for Brizzle. Shout out Off Space, man. I gotta get some quotes from that one. Put it on the grinds board. But yeah, they fixed the glitch. They're like, yo, just don't bundle it. Don't tell people to play. Don't market it. Don't even talk about it. And people will forget about it. And it will just fade away. So when we show our new PC venture with Xbox app and stuff, those people will have found naturally, organically, where they want to go. We give them the options. We basically just told them straight to their face, like, dude, we don't care about that thing anymore. Organic decline. That's why Amy in the Hood says every quarter, expect decline in the hardware. She even said that the same quarter that Call of Duty was releasing in Game Pass. They had no faith that Call of Duty in Game Pass would drive the console sales at all. They didn't even bundle it. They didn't even do an exclusive controller, a skin. Like, I mean, like the wrap for the stupid Xbox. Nothing. They didn't even acknowledge Xbox during the holidays. No family bundle. No Hellblade Collector's Edition. No physical versions of Avowed. Nothing. They give you a controller, maybe, or have you design it yourself. Shout out to over 278 people here. Hit that like button. But you heard it here first. They're doing organic decline to the console, to the hardware, so that it makes it easy for them to pull away and show these other options. And that's what they're doing. They're basically already have set up their options on PC with this portable, with this teasing battery life and future, with talking about the app and how the app is going to function. All these things are basically get out of town, get out of jail cards. That's what they're doing. They're telling you, dude, you could go left, you could go right, you could go straight, you could go to PlayStation. They're like, you could go to PlayStation, you could go to PC, you could go to portables, you could go to laptops, you could go to cell phones, you could go to LG TVs, you could go to Samsung TVs, you could go to iPads, you could go everywhere but where you are now, console owner. We give you every out to go. You're the one that's staying here saying, I'm going to go down with the ship and the Titanic and play the violin. I've given you lifeboats. You could get on the lifeboat and head off to PlayStation Land. You could get on the boat and head over to PC, portables, Steam, wherever you want to go. You could get on the boat and go with strap-ons on your phone. Hell, you don't even need to come there. You could go pay me $20 and boot up your Samsung TV. I've been giving you lifeboats. That's right, Baldante.
Xbox no, Phil does.
I've given you lifeboats. You want to go down with the ship? Organic decline. That ship is going down. And this is what they're doing. So Phil don't look like the bad guy. He comes on those shows. He's going to go on the next one and talk about more options. You go to a Switch. We don't care. And these dopes sit there and go, Phil don't care where you play. And then they go back and they go, oh, let me boot up my Xbox console now. It's like, you dope? Do you hear what the words are coming out of your mouth? You dope? Phil don't care where I play. All right, Xbox console for the win. It's like, dopey. They go on the podcast and they're like, Xbox don't care. Phil don't care where you go.
Stop. Enough.
He don't care. All right, now let me boot up my Xbox. It's like, do you just realize what you just said? This is before the Glazed Discord Game Over Cholo. This is before the Glazed spot. They're done now. Now they're like they're falling out of the frying pan now. They don't know which Glaze to go to. But this is my thought. Like, it's organic decline of the console. So Phil is giving them all the outs so that when they officially go, we are no longer supporting the Xbox console hardware, or we're not making any more new ones. I think that's what they're going to say. I don't think they're going to say they're stopping support of the Xbox. I just think they go, we're not making any more series consoles. The next console will be basically, you know, this handheld ARM Windows with Xbox features. And they may add another terabyte or maybe an updated GPU to a series console, like an Xbox X remastered down the line. But actually a console and then the fact that he won't give away the S is proof. Because how do you come out with a next gen console? How do you come out with another series console? Because there's no generations. How do you come out with a console when you are not giving up that S? You would think if he had a console planned, he said it takes 5-6 years. You think if they had a console planned, that they will be slowly pulling away from supporting the S, considering it doesn't even get performance modes anymore. Oh, people may downgrade their game to run on it, but it doesn't get performance modes. It's running 30 frames, juicy 30, right? That's the juicy 30 box, the Series S. That's what it is.
Juicy.
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 No performance modes in Kingdom Come 2.
Juicy. 30.
Juicy.
30. Juicy. On that bitch. Xbox. Juicy.
It's coming. Where the box is in the name of our brand.
Yeah, box. It's going to be a portable Xbox. And it is too late for portables. There's too many, and also too, it's too competitive right now. That's right, 4 more chats are the goal, baby. But that's what it is. Like, it doesn't even get performance modes. Meanwhile, Phil's like, oh no, we're going to keep it around. But they would slowly be not forcing support on the S if they had something in the works in the same tradition that we're working on, right? But they're not. That's why it's organic decline. They're de-emphasizing the hardware. And that's why every time he'll say it again on that other podcast. Phil will come out there and he will say the same thing. He'll tell you about everywhere else you can play. And if you go back and listen to those videos and watch my breakdown of it, the benefit of Xbox was this.
Where the box is in the name of our brand.
Box, he justified the box as name of the brand. That's why he believes in Xbox and he's excited about the teams, but that's about it. And the benefit of owning an Xbox is that you could play on other devices. Your saves go with you. And I said before, how the hell is that a sell? So that's exactly what Michael was saying. How do you even sell? And you even hear people like putting your exclusives on other places. How are you going to really legit sell another piece of hardware that plays games when all the games that hardware you're talking about are playable everywhere else? What makes you unique? What's your lineup? Are games coming first to your platform, or they're going everywhere day one? And you see how aggressive they are. They're stacking the deck. Janky Jones in the spring, Forza in the spring. Like, dude, they're not even spacing that thing out. They're actually treating PlayStation, and I can't wait for the Switch announcement. They're treating them like gold mines. They're throwing everything, the best that they got in their whatever they have. They're throwing it. They don't even, there's no release schedule. They're just like, dude, spring everything. It's all coming.
25.
It's coming.
They don't care. Ship it all. No time to waste. There's no spacing. I'll give it room. Oh, Forza needs room from Janky Jones. No, there's no room. Put it all out the same week. Who cares? Ship it all. More announcements. They're throwing everything there. De-emphasize their own hardware. And that's what they're doing, dude. That's the way the cookie crumbles. That's the way they're going. De-emphasize it, organic decline. You heard it here. And that's what I think. That's why Amy in the Hood just says, like, year over year, like, we're going to be down. We're going to be down. Even when Starfield was releasing, she's like, it's going to be down. They have no hope for the hardware. Like, they're like, don't even, it's going to be flat or down. She's like, don't even inkling that we're going to sell more. That shows you the confidence of that company. And if she, the money person, Amy in the Hood and Tim Stewart are coming out there going, dude, hardware will be down again. How, think about it in real life. How would you walk up to them and go, you know what? Can I have more money? I want to make new hardware. They'll be like,
is that a deal?
No, I keep losing at deals, and I don't want to make a deal anymore. I am leaving, and you can't stop me. I'm packing my bags.
They are going full Sega Dog Zone. They are. But they're giving options to play their platform because he's still trying to build a platform. Even though he wants to go Sega, he's going kicking and screaming. Because Sega wasn't trying to build some sort of like service platform. Sega just said, hey, our games are going everywhere. Everybody party. But Phil is like trying to do two things at once. He's trying to put his games everywhere, but still try to create this community and platform that he's trying to sell, because that's what Satya wants, the cloud and Game Pass. But you can't do both, because what draws people to the platform? Unique games. Because the only thing that you're drawing people to your platform is like, oh, well, some of the games will be saved on different devices. Some games may have cross-save. But you don't have unique games for your platform. So you're telling me the only draw to your platform is basically that some games may have my save come with me? Because it only works for some games. And some games are representative of the ones I own? Only 50 or more. It's a mishmash. So even the offering of your platform doesn't even give me the things that you're promising. And it's got to be a monetary decision. It has nothing to do with content. It has to be monetary. It has to be like, well, I don't want to buy my games. I'd rather subscribe to Xbox platform and play on other places. And they're banking on people shifting that purchasing. But it never worked out for them. They just made people sit there and wait and unsubscribe and not grow. Because you can't sit here and go, oh, well, they're not buying games, but Game Pass numbers are shooting up on console. They're not. They left. They're going to know what they're doing? They're spending their money somewhere else. That's what they're doing. You told them, don't spend your money here. And they go, okay, great. I don't have to pay you. All right, well, I'm going across the street and I'm giving PlayStation my money. Thanks. They're spending money. They're just not spending it on you. Because you told them don't. People are like, yo, I don't have to buy this game this month because of Game Pass? Great. Well, I'll use this $70 and go buy God of War. Thanks, Phil. You save me money and I'm going to spend it somewhere else. Not giving it to you. And that's the situation that they're in. People spending money and making choices. It's not choosing him. Listen later, Twisted Sin. You're going to miss the song, but you get it on the replay. We're 4 more away. So let's see if there's any other news that we'll cover and more. And Grinder, you have any other topics in there? Let me know, because I know it's been kind of like a mishmash here. But here you go. Look at this stuff. This is what. Oh my God. So this thing, man. So right before the show, this thing came out from Icon Era. We'll talk about it a little bit. I don't want to dive too much in it because Discords get messy, and it is. But there's definitely something to take from this here on this. So this thing came up, and back. This is the other from them. So he says back in 2020, before the PS5 launched. So remember, 2020. If you remember, back in 2020. There was this whole thing where, if you look here, basically, remember Xbox, we already talked about Project Scarlet and all this other stuff, and PlayStation was quiet. So apparently there was a whole bunch of people in this Discord that they leaked. Cobra, Xbox Era, and Digital Foundry's Alex Battaglia, or as King Thrash calls him, Alex Bugaga. And apparently these guys, so Alex, Cobra, the guy from Xbox Era founder, Ogmeyer, you know, they basically were saying some crazy things about PlayStation. But the one thing that really hit home was that they basically conspired or came together in this forum. Now let's see if I get them here. And we're just trying to come up with an idea to what's the plan? Like how are we gonna spin this stuff? Like things like this. So what's the plan on Xbox Era? How are we gonna go forward with these discussions? We have people like Nib and Chris Thruway and so on that share these videos about PS5, and people start to believe it, while others just watch from the outside, can only shake their heads. Is there a way to get together again? They're trying to get together. Like they're trying. Props to the mods for shutting people down. Like they were trying to come up with narratives and approaches on how to conduct themselves. What do we say? What do we do? How do we come together? How do we do this stuff? And it's funny because we've seen this actually, like, you know, when we just see like these interviews and these tweets, and you're just like, why is everybody saying the same thing? Like, it seems like it's like when one person at one podcast says like, oh, it's not about exclusives anymore, I can see the business. Like this whole talk right now, it's a business. See you later, Virtual Dan. Thank you. Hit that like button on the way out. But like, you know, it's a business. It's exclusives, and you just see this media and just like everybody is on the same kind of wave. And now you find like, you know, they were all in the back doors, especially these ones of Digital Foundry and shit, like the media, quote unquote, the media. Like I said, the media is a bunch of jokes. And then you see the same people in that group. It's like, yo, where is it? Where is it, dude? Look at this. And I really don't want to go down. Like, it is just so crazy. Like, they were just trying to spin it and stuff. Where the hell is this one? This is the one I want to show you. Where is it? And then you see, like, Phil showing up on Icon Era. Mm-hmm. Wonder why. Is this it? No, that's not it. Hold on, I'm going to find it here. And then you wonder why. And then you wonder why they're in that thing. Here, look. Here you go. Now playing Avowed. Given to me by Obsidian and Xbox. Crazy to think I've covered this game as a fan for years. He's covered this game. You shared the video that they showed? Like, what do you mean you covered this game? I guess you call coverage. All you did was share what they shared. You didn't do anything. I wonder what your thoughts are going to be. Are you going to be critical of it? Yeah, I'm sure, Jack. been covering this game. What? You've been behind the scenes interviewing them? You had an interview with the where she talked to you about Janky? Covering what? You tweeted out Avowed? You tweeted out a screenshot? You tweeted out that lie of that first video that they shared? Like, I don't know what coverage is. But he got a copy. Why? Do you go Cobra reviews? But he was in that chat, though. He was living that up in here. What are we going to do? Actually, what's crazy, trying to spin things so he's social media. I wonder how he took this generation, because this was him in 2020. Oh, man.
No, Phil does.
Situation maturely, just like the responsible adults that we are. Isn't that right, Mr. Poopy Pants?
Man, I don't remember one tweet from him about 30 frames. So I guess he didn't play Hellblade 2. I guess he didn't play Starfield. I guess he didn't play Redfall.
One customer.
I'm guessing he didn't play any of those 30 frame games. Because he was talking, I won't play 30 frames in 2020 plus. Period. Oh, I bet you he was nervous about the juicy 30 frames of Avowed, but he was covering it for all these years when it was rumored to be 30 frames. And what I don't like about Kerbal is that he uses my avatar. Conker was mine, bitch.
Great circle.
And the reason why Conker was mine is because I wanted a new one. I started with Conker. I don't know how you support them with that avatar, knowing that they took that mascot, dug him up, said, move over, E.T. Conker, go sleep with E.T. That's why I know you're a fake ass. Because if you had any respect for Conker, you would know that they forgot that thing. They put it out old yellow style. So how can you be excited for the brand and all the bullshit Xbox dragged you through for these last decade when that's your favorite franchise? And that's why I've had Conker as mine, because I wanted a new one. And when they didn't, I changed it. And it grinds my gears. But Conker was mine. I wanted a new one, and they threw his ass in Project Spark. Just said, make your own levels. And then they fired those people and shut them down with Lionhead. So tell me who's more of a fan of Xbox.
Great circle.
But anyway, I guess he was worried about 30 frames. I don't know if anybody else saw anybody worried about 30 frames, but this was him in 2020. Remember Aaron Greenberg? With his hairy ass chest going around 60 frames would be the bare minimum? Oh, shit. Yeah, they were talking loud, and they were loud in 2020 when they thought they got this generation on lock. Wound up launching with no goddamn games. Good job. So, listen. Whatever they did in that thing, all I'm saying is that there's a reason why. This wave of like, yeah, we see it now. And you see it when Phil did these interviews. And I'm sure after the Xbox era, those guys are going to go on podcasts. Sheep Sholnick and all them, they're going to go on podcasts and be like, well, what Phil's saying, he told us, like, we understand it's a business. It's a business. And, this is what they need to do to get Xbox back on track and bring us to great games and let them do it. It's a bit, and then you can see the same things. Just like, how Paris has been on every goddamn podcast. Ever since he had that Phil Spencer interview, he's been all over the place. Saying the same shit about it's a business. And it's just like, you wonder why. Like, imagine if I had to get a group and go, like, you guys, like, how are we going to spin this PlayStation outage into a positive? Guys, like, what are we going to do? What can I do? Like, how can I make this PlayStation network shut down a positive? Because everybody in my chat's going to want to hear that it's good news. That this is good for them. Imagine the energy that you need to do to manipulate the community that you built and lie to the people that watch you. It's ridiculous. I would never even think in the slightest to do something like that. What the hell? Who does that? They all do it, apparently. Like, what do you mean? The PlayStation Network sucked. I didn't play. Fuck them. Fuck Sony and fuck PlayStation. I couldn't play. You better right, motherfucker. Give me 5 days. That's right. Shit. Now show me some games.
Great circle.
But they would never say such a thing about Lord and Savior Phil Ness. They would never. Oh, it was good. I got to go mow my lawn. It was wonderful about this. This is me. I'll go to the Discord. I'm in the Glazed Discord. I'm in the Glaze. Glaze is in the chat. Brand new emoji grinders. The Glaze. I'm going to be like, guys, don't get mad. The PlayStation Network went down. I got to mow my lawn. I went to the movies. It was great. It was a good thing. It was a good thing. Actually, I think they coordinated to make sure we took a break. It was okay. They know what they're doing. It was a mistake, but it was a great thing. I got to see my family. Like some bullshit like that. That's what I do. That's how we got to spin it. Spin what? It sucked. Like, that's it. It sucked. Move on. Like, what do you want to do? Oh no, Don John says Goofy Grummians picked up this. Dude, this isn't going to blow up. That's why I'm waiting to see where it goes from here. But this whole, like, glazed Discord, we'll refer to it here in the Gaming Grindhouse as a glazed Discord. Where the Xbox Glaze was triple glazed. Where they were trying to spin it around how we're going to talk about this stuff. And having, like, the Digital Foundry people in there, dude, the Bugagas and all them. Yeah, Michael, I only could put it for certain hours, but I'm counting it though. I got Michael with 2 more. So I got your 2, Michael. So we have 2. We need 2 more super chats to get to the goal. I got you, Michael. I'm adding it on because the thing ended. Stupid YouTubes. I'm not starting another goal. No, YouTube, we're not doing it that way. But yeah, so we'll find out where this thing come from. I'm sure there may be more coverage about it, but again, a lot of it too, it's fans just talking. Like, you could go to anybody's, and I don't want this whole Discord things, like, and not that anything's in there, but like, you know, people going around just taking Discord screenshots now, because I could see it go that way. Like, everybody's going, well, I'm sharing all the Discords now. But it's just fans talking to fans. The difference is that these were people that have, and like I said, it's not the fans that we go at, it's the media influences, the people that are higher up that like get paid to do this shit, and them stooping to a low level to get recognition or to give clout and to do that. That's the stuff. It's the people that get paid and their influences, and that's their job, like Digital Foundry and shit, like that dude in there. Like, yo, like if it was a bunch of diehard Xbox fans talking and shitting on PlayStation, it is what it is. But when you have these media influences and these people that are supposed to be quote unquote the media doing this shit, like that's where I draw the line. That's why I'm like, now we go to town and we roast their ass. Because that's bull. They're getting paid shills. And that's where but if it's a bunch of diehard Xbox fans talking shit about PlayStation, saying, yo, we're on the show and shit on play, that it is what it is. Those are the fans. But when it's like Dusty Bins and Zoinks, and Zoinks don't even converse that much, but he does sometimes. But like when it's like, you know, these other media influences that come out there and then they talk to us like they know better. Oh, you don't understand. You're in the console. Well, you're of the old era. You don't get it. Shut the fuck up. No, you don't get it. You are a friggin' shill and nobody believes you. You may get paid and do whatever the hell you do on the side, but you have no goddamn backbone. That's the problem. I have the problem with the media people. If there is even media. Goddamn TMZ out there in these streets. Come to the Gaming Grindhouse. I'll show you what the hell's going on. This is what we do, because we use our two eyeballs here. We may be wrong or may be right, but all I can do is use my two sources, my left eyeball and my right eyeball, and tell you what I think. And guess what? I've been doing it for 6 years, and you wouldn't believe how many things that I thought actually happened. And I'm not sitting here going, let's go over everything that I was right on. But man, oh man, I called half of this shit. Just by reading this stuff and anticipating and thinking about what Microsoft does in the past and what they did already. There's no coordination. There's no like how we're going to spin this. And I'm telling you, it got dirty because of exactly what I showed you. Phil Spencer and their community team, they go around and they grease. They took how many Nintendo fans have you seen sitting around with the goddamn Bowser having breakfast with Nintendo Switches in the air? How many PlayStation fans have you seen sitting around with Sean Layden at lunch? Community night. What? Or Shuhei. Like, yeah, Shuhei's sometimes out there. But like, dude. Yeah, Game Over Cholo it was. But it's the media spin. That's the ones I can't stand. That's bull. And here's another, and you know what else? This is another one. And I tell you another one. This is bullshit too. I'm gonna tell you right now what they do to this guy. Listen. What the media does to Hip Hop Gamer, man. Hip Hop Gamer goes around. Dude, I met him. I think at PAX. I just said hi to him. I was smooth and met hi to him. But yo, you could see nobody gives him credit for the shit that he says. Yo, he even goes out there and says, you know, this is a video from 2024. Why is Inside Gaming saying and giving credit to Tom Henderson? This guy goes around and he may say some outlandish stuff. And people are like, oh, no way. But you know what? Some of the stuff he called early.
You're my #1 customer.
And one of the things he's talking about here is the young Kratos. He never gets any credit. They never give him credit. It's crazy, man. And he's a real nice guy, too. But I'm just saying, like, the stuff that he has videos, like, every single time he has to put up a video going, yo, I said this, and he puts his video up. So shout out to Hip Hop Gamer. I'm playing his friggin' video, what he called for the Kratos thing. But he's called some stuff, but they never give him credit. And you see, he starts tagging these other people that are all in the cahoots, this bullshit media. Oh, Tom Henderson said it, and Inside Gaming, we got credit. And they all want to be the leakers of the leakers. And they all work together in cahoots. Push Square, IGN, they're all in cahoots. And they all just give each other credit and wash each other's ass. And they leave people that really kind of know maybe things say that they said already. And they leave them out in the dust. It's messed up, dude. Sign my ass with the Seek 100. Digital Foundry have become media now, regardless of how independent they say they are. They shouldn't have been given the slack they're given. They're pompous and paid to me. Dude, that's right, sign my ass. That's right. A war on the media. Gaming Grindhouse style.
Great ass!
That's right. War on the media.
You're my #1 customer.
Ron M with the 2. He goes, had no issues with PSN down all my digital library. Yeah, Ron M. It doesn't bother me, and we got it. Let's hear what he says here. So this is interesting. I want to play it here. Give the Hip Hop Gamer credit if this does come out to be true.
Right? Now, how do I know this? Again, so I work with a lot of people in marketing as well, across many different areas of entertainment. You see me, I'm with all the actors, the actresses, agencies. I'm involved with everything. You know what I'm saying? So what's interesting is there was talk about a DLC where you'll be able to have the skin of young Kratos and play through the game as young Kratos. But there's something in the game from a storyline standpoint where you actually play as young Kratos in the next big AAA God of War that's being developed and being made. Now, Wolverine is going to carry us through in terms of that energy, that brutality, that single player experience that, you know, Sony is known for. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Insomniac. But what I will tell you this right now is just like how you saw Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, just like how you saw some of the multiverse abilities in Spider-Man 2, just as you saw in other games, certain realms being torn and stuff like that, all of that technology is being utilized to also tell stories and do different things in unique ways. Now, another thing that came up, but I'm not sure about this one. What I'm about to say right now, I'm not 100% sure on this one. But I did hear that TC Carson, like, was either they reached out to him or they just spoke about him potentially coming back and doing the voice of young Kratos while you have Christopher Judge doing, you know, the old Kratos and stuff like that. That was just something that I heard. I don't know if that part is officially true. I'm going to find out. But what I will tell you right now is that young Kratos is officially back. You'll see him again in the next God of War. And it's a situation where either there's like, you're going to play him through a dream that Kratos have, or there's it's like a DLC skin that you be able to unlock, and then you could go through the game as young Kratos or something like that. It's something along those lines. But I do know that young Kratos is coming back to the next God of War in some way, shape, or form. The demand has been so high for the fans, so I'm looking forward to all of it. So one love, God bless. You rocking with the GOAT of the game, Hip Hop Gamer.
Shout out to Hip Hop Gamer, dude. And he wrote that. He said this in November 14 video from 2024, and they're talking about it now. That they're giving credit now to all them, to Tom Henderson, all this stuff. Let's see what he goes. Yo, Gaming Bolt, Game Rant, and others. Please update your reporting with the link to my video. Let's see where the ethics are at. I ask you for honesty and courtesy in my correction, dude. They keep doing it to him. It's messed up. The shot of the Hip Hop Gamer, man. But that sounds awesome. The other thing I wanted to bring up, dude. Yeah, he called Halo and Starfield too. They're not giving him credit for it. And this is the thing, like, when he talks, like, the other thing too is I feel like when he brings up some stuff, he's excited. I know that's how he is, but like, it sounds like, yo, I'm a gamer and I heard these cool things and these may come true. They may not. Like, you know what I mean? Like, when he talks like, yo, if you were just a gamer, listen to stuff like, yo, Kratos may come back and this. And that's how he delivers it. These other guys are dry as shit. And they're just like, well, my rumor and my sources tell me this and this. Like, and it's just like, all they care about is getting the scoop. Do you really think that they give a shit about playing as young Kratos? Do you think Bootleg really gives a shit about the stuff that he leaks? They don't. All they care about is who got the scoop and who's getting the hits and who's getting the ads and who that other shit is. But when he says it, when he hears these things, he's talking about like, yo, that sounds awesome. And that's, yeah. Like, I'm going to play that. But I find these other media folk, they don't give a shit. That's why they're like farts in the wind, dude. That's why. That's why they're like, oh, it's all coming.
25.
It's coming.
Oh, exclusives matter now. I'm hearing exclusives coming. And then it's like, oh, I hear Forza's going. Oh, I heard Gears is coming. And they're all just trying to outscoop each other. Do they really give a shit? Do they really care how people feel about those franchises or who's going to play what and what this does and like what's the impact to the gamer, like where this goes, like what do they want? People, they're sitting there, well, why do I own my console if all my games are going over there? They don't care about that. All they care about is the piece of shit scoop for the hits. That's it. They're not going to play it. They don't give a shit. They don't care. That's why you see the media so fickle, because they don't care. They don't care where it goes. All they care about is who reported it first. But there you go. And one of the things I wanted to bring back to this young Kratos idea. One of the things, shout out to Iconic Gaming getting us to the next emoji. Thank you so much. Iconic Games with the one gifted gaming grinder got Shadow Link. as a VIP. Shadowlink, get ready to use the new Xbox glazed emoji. And we're working toward the next one. It may be Gandalf. It may be something else. I'll put it up there, but we are on our way to the next emoji. We're chipping away. We need about 40 something more to get to the next one. I'll put the new count in on the next show, because we hit it this right before this one. So one of the things is that, and I don't want to do spoilers, but one of the things, if you look at Valhalla and the DLC, and also too, just in God of War in general, there's a lot of callback to the OG Kratos. Like, it's like, what happened in between? How did he even get to Norse? Like, how did he even get to the location that he's in? And it's always like when they asked about it, or his son asked about it, it was always like these grunts and and like he just didn't want to talk about it. And you never find how he became who he is. So we saw how he was. We knew who he was. We saw how Kratos is now, a family man. But what about that transition period? How? That's right, Bad Temper. Sir Grinds-a-lot's back in business. I got to go get the dog. I still haven't found my dog, Mutt, the Grindhound. I got to stream some more of that. But we don't... I was explaining the comics, Zero Steel, but I don't want to read the comics. I want to play it, Zero Steel. There's still a story to tell. And the other thing is, if you played Valhalla, and I didn't get this far, but actually I snuck ahead. I watched the little things about the story because I was interested. There's a lot of him fighting his internal battle of who Kratos, who he was back in the Greek era to what he is now. And it's a lot of coming to, there's even visuals and things like that. And again, I don't want to kind of spoil for those that haven't done the Valhalla yet, but there's a lot of kind of callbacks to his past and seeing and visuals of it. So I wouldn't be surprised if they were building towards something like, hey, we're kind of going to take a break from the next step and maybe Atreus and stuff. We're going to take a break, but we're going to go back and show you how he got to where he was. And in the same thing, we're going to call back, a God of War. So
25 is coming.
And have now like the dueling Kratoses, the young Kratos and old Kratos, like young Sheldon. We have young Kratos. But there is a lot of story to tell. There's a lot because they alluded a lot to it. And I think it's a missing part of how they got to God of War 2018. It'll be very interesting to see how he got out of Greece. Like, how do you get out and where do you meet your wife? Like they showed out in the second game, they showed a lot of flashbacks. The first game, they were very coy about it. There were hints and stuff. But the second game, they did more flashbacks as to how they got to it. But let's see. Like, you know what? I really think... if they got to do something God of War style while we wait for Cory Balrog's game, or like announce that too, like Cory Balrog has to really drop a game, man. Because in 2018, he dropped God of War, and then the second one, Ragnarok, he didn't, he said he wasn't leading that one. And he's been working on that other game. So that was when Ragnarok came out. So he has to, he has to be ready, like the show. So I don't know, man. I think, as I said, this year I think this is the year, man. It's been quiet, but I think they're gonna get ready to roll because they got to start rolling these things out. Especially, this is sort of like the second half of this generation that's when they started really dropping a lot of all that crazy stuff at the end of the PS4, because you got to get people getting ready, build their libraries, get them all in the PS5. They're stopping putting out PS4 games in the PlayStation Plus service. So you got to look at it and go, it's time. It's time. So I'm all for it. I'm ready to rock. But grinders, we did hit the goal. Thank you again, Michael. And we had 2 goals tonight. We hit the Super Chat goal. So you're getting that new song right now. So turn up the bass, premiere. And we hit the new emoji, the Xbox Glaze. So, without further ado, I want to thank everybody. I'm going to say turn up the bass for this song. And again, if you got a VIP and you want all the music, upgrade to Ultimate Grinder, where you'll get all the music in a playlist in YouTube Music, where you're able to listen to all of them straight run through in an unreleased playlist where I'll put them in there. There's 2 versions of the song. I'm gonna play the one of them, but the other one will go to the Ultimate Grinders. Let me make sure I got the right one. Here it is, Grinders. So thank you again, Grinders. Hit that like button. It's been an awesome show. Thank you so much for all the support, and we're gonna rock. This is gonna be deep, hard, and gritty. It's called Game Over. You earned it. Let's go, Grinders! Ooh. Hit that bass. Pump it up.
Yeah. Sony swooped in, snatched up the crown. Xbox fans frown, games nowhere to be found. Dual sense trigger shooters with some feel. Chiefs off the field, Phil dropping the wheel. Game over, y'all. PS5 stole the show. Xbox fanatics, time to let go. Microsoft dreams crumbling to the side. PlayStation rise, the king won't hide. Controller buzzing, vibrations legit. Halo's users quit playing out of luck, no grit. Cross-platform tales, bridges we couldn't build. Leaving green hills, lost players unfulfilled. Gears turning, but for who to claim? Sony's prize igniting that flame. Market shifted, X marks the void. PlayStation employees left Xbox annoyed. Game over, y'all. PS5 stole the show. Xbox fanatics, time to let go. Microsoft dreams crumbling to the side. PlayStation rise, the king won't hide. Game over. Game over. Game past promise, broken and bent. Bethesda misstep, paying the rent. Kratos grins wide, God's favorite blue. Master Chief's missing, player 1, where you?
Gaming.
Past promise, broken and bent. Bethesda misstep, paying the rent. Kratos grins wide, God's favorite blue. Master Chief's missing, player 1, where you? PS5 stole the show. Xbox fanatics, time to let go. Microsoft dreams crumbling to the side. PlayStation rise, the king won't hide. Game over. Game over.
Oh yeah, I told you that was fire. I told you it's a bass heavy song. You want to know what? Since you love this so much, we'll do it one more time, dude. We'll do it one more time. Remember, that's 1 of 2. Ultimate Grinders get both of them. Game over. Encore Grinders.
25.
It's coming. Encore. I love it. I want to hear it again. Hit me with the horns. Pump up that bass. I'll give it to you one more time. Let's do it. Woo!
Yeah, Sony swooped in, snatched up the crown. Xbox fans frown, games nowhere to be found. Dual sense trigger shooters with some feel. Chiefs off the field, Phil dropping the wheel. Game over, y'all. PS5 stole the show. Xbox fanatics, time to let go. Microsoft dreams crumbling to the side. PlayStation rise, the king won't hide. Controller buzzing, vibrations legit. Halo's users quit playing out of luck, no grit. Cross-platform tales, bridges we couldn't build. Leaving green hills, lost players unfulfilled. Gears turning, but for who to claim? Sony's prize igniting that flame. Market Market shifted, X marks the void. PlayStation ploys left Xbox annoyed. Game over, y'all. PS5 stole the show. Xbox fanatics, time to let go. Microsoft dreams crumbling to the side. PlayStation rise, the king won't hide. Game over. Game over. Game past promise, broken and bent. Bethesda misstep, paying the rent. Kratos grins wide.
Shout out to Balvante in the 20s.
Missing player one, where you?
Incoming. Oh, Phil. Damn. Thank you so much, Bal. We're on our way to the next emoji. That next emoji is...
It's coming.
It's coming. Game over.
Game past promise, broken and bent. Bethesda misstep, paying the rent. Kratos grins wide, God's favor blue. Master Chief's missing player one, where you?
You're my #1 customer.
Xbox fanatics, time to let go. Microsoft dreams crumbling to the side. PlayStation rise, the king won't hide. Game over.
You're my #1 customer.
Game over.
Thank you again, Grinders. Good night. Thank you so much, Bal, and thank you all the Grinders in the house. Keep it locked here to Gaming Grindhouse. More music, more entertainment, more gaming news, and gaming coming your way. Thanks to God. Good night, everybody.